Are you sure about this, old friend?
Beside him stood his loyal dragon, scales shimmering like 1,000 sunsets.
Go. The winds whisper of a change. You must be ready.
Aeron nodded, his heart pounding. He watched as the dragon spread its wings wider than any bird. With a mighty roar, it launched into the air, becoming a speck of fire against the clouds. Aeron felt a pang of loneliness. He was alone. He touched the strange mark on his forehead, pulsing faintly. His adventure was about to begin. Days turned into weeks. Aeron trained relentlessly, his body hardening, his resolve strengthening. The mark on his forehead, a swirling pattern of silver, throbbed with an unknown energy. It felt warm, like a secret held close to his skin. He sparred with the best warriors, their wooden swords clashing under the watchful gaze of the sun. He rode his horse across the plains, feeling the wind in his hair. He studied ancient scrolls, their pages whispering tales of forgotten heroes. Still, Aeron couldn't shake the feeling of unease. The dragon's warning echoed in his mind. What change was coming? What destiny awaited him? The mark on his forehead seemed to burn brighter, a constant reminder of the unknown. One evening, as the sky bled into hues of orange and purple, Aeron felt a tremor in the air. The ground vibrated beneath his feet. He looked up, wreathed in fire and shadow, descended from the heavens. It was his dragon, but transformed. Its scales gleamed like polished obsidian, reflecting the dying light. Its eyes blazed with an otherworldly fire.
The time has come. The mark has chosen you, Aeron Valor. You are destined for greatness.
Aeron felt a surge of excitement mixed with trepidation. He was ready. He mounted the dragon, feeling its immense power beneath him. They soared into the night, the stars their guide, the wind their song. The dragon carried Aeron across mountains and valleys, towards a distant land shrouded in darkness. There, in the heart of a corrupted forest, Aeron sensed a presence. A young woman, her eyes filled with fear, was held captive by a group of shadowy figures.
Era, they have taken her.
Aeron's blood ran cold. He had seen visions of this woman in his dreams, heard her cries in the wind. He knew he had to save her. With a roar, he commanded the dragon to attack. The shadowy figures, startled by the sudden assault, scattered like rats. Aeron, his sword ablaze with the dragon's fire, fought his way through them, his movements swift and deadly. He reached Era, her chains snapping like dry twigs under his touch. Era looked at Aeron, her eyes wide with wonder and gratitude. She had never seen anyone so brave, so powerful. Aeron felt a strange stirring within him, a warmth that spread through his chest. Era was even more beautiful than in his dreams, with hair like spun gold and eyes like emeralds.
Thank you. You saved me.
Aeron smiled, a genuine smile that reached his eyes.
It was my honor.
He helped her onto the dragon's back, feeling an instant connection with her. As they soared through the night sky, Era held onto Aeron, her head resting against his back. He could feel her warmth, smell the scent of wildflowers in her hair. In that moment, high above the world, Aeron knew he was falling in love. Their joy was short-lived. News spread like wildfire about the death of the shadowy figures. Soldiers of King Alaric, a cruel and vengeful ruler. Alaric, enraged by the loss of his men and the humiliation of his defeat, swore revenge. Aeron, now back in his homeland, knew what was coming. He rallied his people, preparing them for the inevitable war. He trained with them, shared his knowledge, and inspired them with his courage. He refused to let fear cripple them. Era stood by his side, her love for Aeron giving her strength. She used her knowledge of healing and her calming presence to mend the wounded and soothe the frightened. She became a beacon of hope in the gathering storm. The drums of war pounded like Aeron's heart. King Alaric, his army a tide of darkness, marched across the land, leaving a trail of destruction in his wake. Aeron, astride his dragon, his armor gleaming, led his forces to meet them. The battle raged for days. Arrows rained from the sky, swords clashed, and the ground ran red with the blood of fallen warriors. Aeron fought with the fury of a tempest, his dragon a whirlwind of fire and fury. Era, her heart aching with every life lost, worked tirelessly behind the lines, tending to the wounded, her spirit unbroken. She knew that every life saved was a victory against the darkness.